Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to Victory Sunday on the Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. The Jets went into Denver on week 5 and took the W, 2-3 on the year, staring at Philly next week. We'll talk about that later. We went into Denver with the Hackett coach, stood on the sidelines this week. Very interesting. He's always in the booth. He made sure he was on the sidelines this week. And you know what, Greg? The Jets did exactly what they were supposed to do. We'll talk about how they got there. Very unconventional.
Yes.
Right? But I'm noticing a couple things right off the bat with this team. Number one, shout out. I'm wearing the Breece Hall right now. Shout out to Breece Hall. We are nowhere without Breece Hall. Shout out to him. Number one. Doesn't matter. I love Zach Wilson answering questions. With O-line first and foremost, they're like, how's Breece Hall? He's like, the O-line. I love that. Finally, matured. But, dude, it's just different when Breece Hall has the ball. I'm so happy he had redemption in Denver. That's amazing for me. On the flip side, I can't believe that AVT got re-hurt in Denver. I think it's time to ban AVT from going to Denver. But we'll talk about that, shortly and the fallout from that. I don't think it's an Achilles. Like people are talking, he walked away. He walked off. If Kobe can't walk and Aaron Rodgers can't walk, AVT sure as hell should not be able to walk into the locker room.
Yeah, they did say it's a calf injury, but to your point, he was walking.
Yeah, they're concerned.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. I don't think it's an Achilles. We'll see what happens. Knock on wood. But yo, Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, he's real, Greg. I'm here to tell you he's a real quarterback. Next week he's gonna regress. I'm calling it right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 p.m. Sunday. We just won. He's gonna regress next week versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Fine. But he not throwing a turnover until that back shoulder inside throw, which it was a good throw. It's fine. First of all, he got held. It was not called. Zach Wilson also got face mask during the game. Was not called. We're never gonna get a face mask.
Never.
I don't think what's gonna happen first. Is Jets gonna win the Super Bowl, or they're gonna get a face mask.
Super Bowl
or a roughing the passer call. It's crazy, dude. It's really crazy. On the other hand, Greg, he was pretty careful with the ball. But my conclusion here, besides the fact that Quincy Williams, I guess, is an All-Pro, I guess it's time for me to repent. Like Quincy Williams, he's like honestly. Dude, he was cut from the Jaguars. He's like Thanasis Antetokounmpo getting cut from the Milwaukee Bucks, coming back to the Knicks, right? Because he was there, going back to the Knicks and just playing okay, signing him for a big deal because Giannis is coming through, because we got Quinn in. Not a perfect analogy, but we knew we had to sign Quincy to get Quinn in.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he's an All-Pro. It's like Thanasis all of a sudden turned into like Julius Randle from 2 years ago regular season. It's
crazy.
Insane. It's a game changer. If one more backup tight end gets another touchdown on us, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna start taking the props. That's it, Greg. I'm officially taking running back catching props and backup tight end touchdowns. I'm gonna be rich because it's every game.
And QB rushing. Those are the big three. Those are the big three.
Every game, Greg. It's crazy. So as much as I like Quincy Williams, all right. I'm in a really good mood, man. We did exactly what we're supposed to do. I took them in my survivor, right? I manned up. This is their season. I'll die with them. If we lost the game, it's over. If I lost it, it's over. I was ready to go out with the ship. Bryce Hall stepped up. As much as I was gonna strangle him. Well, not really. Metaphorically, I was so upset because I can't watch any more goal line penalties, man, on successful plays. It just reminded me of Eric Barton, Chargers, because Mosley had. I was like, "There's no roughing the passer, no way." And then it turned out to be Bryce Hall, which it was. It was a penalty, but it was just so frustrating. He made it up by getting me back to fumble 6. I'm always screaming out pick 6. Shout out to my boy Mortimer from college. Yo. Fumble 6 to end the game. The Jets on the board. Shout out to Greg
Crazy.
DeLeg. Unbelievable today. Zach Wilson, growth, man. That interception, I'll take that interception all day. I don't want it, but it's a great throw, dude. Honestly, it was amazing. He did great today, dude. Big third downs. We are a second half team on defense and on offense. All right. I guess we do have good coaches because I guess they know how to adjust at halftime. Something happens at halftime where the Jets decide to not allow you. Today, they didn't allow a yard for a while. They don't allow points. In the second half to the Chiefs, and all of a sudden their offense gets. Did they punt in the second half, Greg? Were you saying that?
No. Yeah, no punts in the second half. Like you said, it's on both sides. It's offense and defense. Like defense came out, and the first 3 possessions for the Broncos, all punts. For us, it was touchdown, field goal. And then again, we just continued in the second half. We just field goal, threw interception late, to your point. Wasn't a crazy interception. Like, I feel like it was a 60-40 ball. I feel like Garrett Wilson was hand playing with Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain's a great DB. Garrett Wilson and him were battling, and it just got a weird kind of. Garrett Wilson had his hand on it, kind of tipped it to Surtain. And Surtain made a great play. Like, that ball was down low in between his legs. It was a great play by him. So it wasn't the usual Zach Wilson throwing it into triple coverage. It wasn't the usual Zach Wilson rolling out bootleg right, trying to extend a play and just throwing it to a linebacker for no reason. It was interception, I think, like to your point, I can live with. Sucks because it's in the red zone and it was a close game, so we wanted to at least get 3 points there. But again, it was a 3-point game. So what does 3 points get us? We're up by 6, so I guess you have to force a touchdown. But yeah, incredible way to rally from that interception by, to your point, Quincy Williams playing at an all-pro level and get the fumble 6 to start it, and then the scoop and score from Bryce. I mean, it was incredible play. A play that the Jets don't make. Jets don't close out games by sack, fumble, scoop, and score. Plays by, to your point, 2 guys that have been on the roster for a good amount of time. Like, I can't remember when we got Quincy Williams. I can't remember when we got Hall at this point. I think it's been 3 years with both of them. I don't know if we got them both at the same time. And to see them battle, like Quincy's spot has not always been solidified as a starting position. Hall's spot started out as a starting position and slowly has morphed into a depth piece. There's been some rumors here and there about him becoming a trade piece because we're so deep at DB and he's not playing too well. For him to get the opportunity due to injuries to Eccles and to DJ Reed, for him to step up in a major way, all game, play well. To your point, in the second half, they were not able to do anything. The Broncos weren't able to do anything on offense because of our defense. And then to just ice the game like that was incredible to see. It was awesome.
Apparently, he came out and spoke to the team and told them, relax, guys, I've been a starter in this league, because he was starting for us for a while.
Yeah.
But he's never had a real defense around him. You know what I mean? He was the star. And now he doesn't have to be the star. He showed out today. Again, came back. That's how you do it, man. You make a mistake and you make up for it like right away. Not next week, not next month, like right away. Next possession. So, and I'm really proud of Bryce Hall. Came up huge. Didn't I tell you that Coach Salah was a liar when it came to DJ Reed? Bro, that was the most obvious thing in the world. Nobody's ever come back from a concussion in the middle of the week. I don't understand how DJ Reed was going to be the first person. So nonchalant.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you were all over the Coach Salah is lying to us and we're okay with that thing. And I've seen other people talking about it on Twitter, and it's 100% a real thing. Like, he's just lying to us, and that's okay. Like, you just have to know that he's lying to us. And to your point, connecting the dots even more, no one has ever played after suffering concussion on a Wednesday has played on a Sunday, dude. So
ever.
Yeah, it's one of those things that gets a little bit scary because we've talked about it a few times. Like, injuries at a specific position group derail a season. So with him and Eccles going down, it's great to see Hall step up and play well. And I know we signed a couple guys to the practice squad and, some depth pieces and stuff, but, Michael Carter, I think, had a couple good plays today, a couple of bad plays today.
One really bad one comes to mind, but
Sauce gave us all a scare at one point with that knee. He looks okay.
Can I nitpick?
Yeah.
How did Sauce not get that interception at the end of the game? Just catch a freaking ball, dude.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy? He can't catch.
I don't know. He's done a couple. He's had a couple now. They're starting to add up a little bit. Where it was Green Bay, or no, Green Bay. He made it. It was just a
This
penalty.
guy is straight up Nerlens Noel. He's turning into Nerlens Noel. He actually can't catch the ball.
Yeah,
It's really crazy. That's a little bit of nitpick. But Jermaine Johnson came through today. He was an absolute beast.
Oh, so many good plays. Like, especially like towards second half when they were kind of getting in a little rhythm, and then he was able to just get that pass rush and get home and not really sack, but just get the pressure on Russell Wilson. In the first half, Russell Wilson was running through it. Yeah, no, it was just, but he was consistently, I feel like, Jermaine Johnson, I feel like Huff again was in the backfield a good amount today, just getting the pressure.
Huff had a bad penalty too,
Yeah.
which was rough. But dude, great game in Denver. Did what we were supposed to do on the road. No DJ Reed. Breece Hall is him. Honestly, he really is.
Yep.
Are you upset about McCole Hardman not getting into the game? You and Carl Lawson. They're both inactive today. Do you care at all?
I saw the Carl Lawson thing. I was going to ask you about that because I know you've talked about Carl Lawson a lot on the podcast. Mecole Hardman, not so much, just because like last week we saw Xavier Gipson get a couple like end arounds and a couple kind of little trickery plays that I think we were all thinking Mecole Hardman would get. And I'm okay with either one of them taking it. I think that Gibson might be in the doghouse a little bit today after today's game with the muff punt. And then just another bad play with a punt return. Like he was just having a tough game. So maybe, Miko gets activated next week and he's on punt return duties and he's doing those kind of plays. I'm not sure exactly, but
I don't know. I don't know if you switch him out, but
yeah.
Listen,
I'm not mad about Miko being inactive. Like to me, he's a depth piece. He was going into the season. He was a wide receiver 4 on the depth chart. Corey Davis retires. So, he's the third wide receiver on the team. Like, it is what it is.
Listen, I see Zach Wilson gradually getting better.
Yeah.
Like he is from game to game. He is getting better. Like he pulled it. He was Zach Wilson of last year when he came in versus Buffalo. No one expected it. He pulled out the game by miracle. Great. Talked about Xavier Gipson, the X-Man. Week 2, awful. Right? Week 3, showed progress. No turnovers. We were just upset at everything. The play calling, the conservative, everything, right? Not enough runs.
4 rushes, all that stuff.
Everything was weird, right? First week with the O-line. Second week with the O-line, did better. Still no turnovers. And then now here we are, week 5.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, man. We talked about AVT real quick. I mean, he's my favorite player on the New York Jets.
Yeah.
We're way different without him. We had Mitchell pop in for him. He stayed in the whole game. Then we had Billy Turner pop in for Becton. Becton came out with the knee, then he came back.
Thank God. I got nervous with AVT and Becton going down. It's like, come on, we've been talking about the two of them and Joe Tippmann delivering for us.
And Tippmann got hurt too.
And then Tippmann got out too. Yeah, it's a good point. Like it got very scary. It got very scary at one point, but Becton did come back. They're saying that Joe Tippmann could have come back if we needed him. It's just AVT right now. I think unfortunately the word that Robert Saleh used in the postgame press conference is concerning. So
he doesn't lie about injuries like that. So that's concerning for me that he used the word concerned.
But then again, is he lying? Like that's my whole thing now. Like now I'm getting
but I don't know. I don't know about this.
I don't know. Like
it's weird that people are saying Achilles. Maybe we just have PTSD about that. Maybe that's why people are saying Achilles. And now when people just say Jets, they think Achilles. But he walked off. Like if Kobe's walking off and not walking off even after shooting a free throw, if Aaron Rodgers, did he walk? Actually, did Kobe actually walk off? He might have actually walked off.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I remember what happened after the free throw. Aaron Rodgers had to get carted off. There's no way. I will not accept that it's an Achilles injury. I honestly will not accept it.
No.
I will not accept an AVT Achilles injury, Greg. I'm not even joking. I cannot accept that into my life. So I was excited about, the continuity of the O-line.
Yeah.
And my point is, I think Mecole Hardman is going to be installed into the offense for Zach Wilson as time goes on. Like, you know what I mean? Like we need to, we're learning. We're still learning here. It's baby steps and we're doing great. The turnover today is fine. Like we're okay. Like big throws on first down today. Right.
Yes.
Missed a couple of times. Nothing too crazy though. Not crazy misses right down the field. Like it's fine. He can do it.
Yep.
Big plays by the tight end. You mentioned the tight end, Tyler Conklin today. Unbelievable. Rucker getting the ball today. Like everything was good, man. I really love this. I really love this Jets offense. I know this is a rapid reaction. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself.
Yep.
But dude, we can play good game. I know we're 0-12 versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
If it was anyone but the Eagles, I would be like, we have a shot.
Literally.
Never beat the Eagles. It's so nerve-wracking. Yeah, like if you just swap the team name and the jerseys, but same situation, same season so far, I'd be like, dude, we have a shot against this team. Like we can compete with anyone any given Sunday. With the Eagles, it's so tough because to your point, we literally don't beat them.
What I don't understand, Greg, and this is not the Winning Picks Weekly episode, but tune in for that for the full gambling slate.
Sure.
Why? Like we were +2, +3, and then moved down to +2.5 or something in Denver. Yep. Next week we're +6.5. Like for me, we should have been a -3 versus Denver, and then we should be +10.5 versus the Eagles. Like it's so weird. Like I'm nervous about this game. I think we're gonna play well because we play good defense.
Yeah.
And the Eagles strive on running. But, dude, their quarterback runs. That's going to kill us. Their tight end. That's going to kill us. And, Swift.
Running backs.
Yeah. Like, they're going to kill. Like, that they're going to. They have the formula to hurt us. Their offensive line is strong. They can hold back, our rush. But their defensive line is not that bad. It's not as crazy as it has been in the past. Like, we got with Sweat. All right, I got you. But no Hargreaves changes everything, killing it in San Francisco.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to all the preview stuff later in the week. John, one thing I want to talk to you before we get out of here for this rapid reaction stuff is, what do you make of like the slow starts for the Jets? Slow starts in the first quarter, slow starts in the first half. Like our first 3 possessions, our punt. Luckily Denver muffed the punt, so we got a field goal out of it. But besides that, we got a punt, and then finally we get a field goal late in the second quarter.
Okay, wait, hold on. I forgot to talk about this, and this is like top of my list in red, bolded, and I forgot to talk about this because we're a couple hours removed from this game.
That's fine.
As George Kittle scores his 3rd touchdown of the game. Unbelievable. This guy.
Woo.
Zach Wilson.
Hope you got Brock Purdy in Dynasty.
Zach Wilson. Okay. Turn on the TikTok camera, all right? Bill Simmons.
Sure.
Zach Wilson. If he doesn't manage the end of a half or the end of a game correctly again, it's going to be like minus like deduction of like an entire letter grade for his game. Like it doesn't matter if he gets 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. It's unacceptable to just give away points on the board because you spiked the ball a second too late. That's the second time in memory that's happened with Zach Wilson. Like that should never happen in your career ever. I remember happening now. It's the second time in like 2 years, dude. You cannot do that. And if you snap the ball with 1 second left, and then you see that the clock is done and 0, and you spike the ball still, you're an absolute fool. I don't. It has nothing to do with Zach Wilson. It's just like he keeps doing this play where he thinks he has it, and then like you snap the ball, just look up, just take a gander up before you chuck the ball at the ground. If it's on 0, I'm like. We give up 3 points. Which, okay, we can't get the field goal, but at least like throw up in the end zone. Do anything. Like it just drives me nuts, man. The play clock issues drive me nuts because it's so elementary.
So let's walk through it in a little detail. Because my question to you is it a Zach Wilson problem or is it a coaching problem?
Well, the coaching problem did not have timeouts, fine, but I think the timeouts were fine.
Not even that. To your point, so we call timeout, 19 seconds left, our final timeout. We run a play, 2nd and 2. Zach Wilson, short right to Lazard for 12 yards. Okay.
Yes,
gets out of bounds, right? 19 seconds left. 19 seconds left. What are you going to do? Are you going to run a play or are you going to kick a field goal? You're on the 25. Run a play.
Kick it, you're saying?
Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't know what the thing to do is. Like
I don't blame on their quarterback there. It's just frustrating to spike the ball with 0 seconds, man. It's the second time this guy's done that. Like that should never be in your resume at all. Like, how's
Yeah,
that
my
happening?
thing is like, yeah, like I feel like it should just be like on that pass from the 13 or whatever it was. Like it's like go to the end zone or throw it out of bounds. Like run a bootleg so he's out of the tackle box and either throw it to the end zone or throw it out of bounds. Those are the only two things you can do. None of this short stuff and hope someone you can make someone miss or blah blah blah. I don't know. I feel like again with Zach Wilson, like he has so much on his plate that as coaches, you have to be like, let's just take this off his plate. Let's kick a field goal with 12 seconds left on second down or third down, and let's just give them the ball back with 5 seconds. Like, who cares?
That almost came back to bite us.
It
That
really did.
penalties on 2-point conversion. We're not getting any penalties. That's fine. That's just a
We
lesson
never
in New
do.
York Jets. We're again, our schedule now. People are finally privy to the Jets schedule after this win, but I've been saying it, Greg. Yes, we have the Eagles, but then it's a bye week, which you know how I like teams going into the bye week. They play better. This is
Yeah.
a big game for the Jets, man. Imagine we take down the undefeated Eagles. I mean, whoof. And then we have a bye week, Giants, and then 2 straight primetime games. Monday night
Yeah.
Chargers, Sunday night Vegas. It's channeling my inner Chris Collinsworth, man. It's gonna be crazy.
It
Like,
is. And it's all with Zach Wilson. Like, that's what makes it so unbelievable. That's
Yeah,
what makes it all so crazy.
all right. That wraps it up for this recap episode. I'm really proud of this New York Jets. I hate to say I told you so. Greg had 31-10. Not bad,
Yeah.
Greg. 31-21. We both had the win here. Pretty sloppy. Shout out to the safety. Safety should be 25 points, but the celebration's good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Sean Payton's a dummy. We sure told him. We
World-class
knew that win.
dum-dum.
We needed that win. All right. Tune in next week. Got the Eagles. Hopefully it's nice weather because I'm probably going to be at the Jet Life Stadium, man. Probably not going to be able to resist. Nice 4:00 game in the fall versus the Eagles. No expectations. Like, no matter how hyped I get, no matter how delusional I get when I'm in there and all excited, I know that we're 0-12 versus the Eagles.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I know we're – and they come to town every 8 years. I got to see them. Greg, can I just say this one random? We'll talk about more in the next episode, but if you're still here, still listening, random. Something to keep an eye on for the rest of the season. If the Jets and the Packers finish in the same place in their division by the end of the season, Jets go to Green Bay next year.
Oh, like if they both finish second in their division?
Yeah. No matter what place in the division. If the Jets and the Packers, no matter where they are going. So I would go back to Minnesota. Honestly, it was so cool. Chicago, depending on the weather for me.
Yeah.
It's all selfish. It's all okay. Detroit, it's a dome, but I don't really have much. Unless it's Thanksgiving, I'm pretty. If it's Thanksgiving, I'm definitely not going. So I have no interest in that. It looks like they're at the top of the division right now. Green Bay. If the Jets and Green Bay are the same place, Jets and Aaron Rodgers, who's taking pictures right now, working out, crazy.
Yeah, that's getting a little scary. As a Jets fan, it's getting a little scary. It's like I don't know if you learned your lessons yet about the whole being a Jet thing, Aaron. Like,
I know. But yeah, that's just a little sprinkle of information. I was just looking at our future opponents real quick today.
Yeah, something to keep in mind.
All right, that's it. Thank you for joining us.
What a win!
Victory Sunday, Victory Monday, Victory Week. Take it all in. We got the Eagles next week. Trying to think about it too much, but we're feisty, dude. Listen, I promise you one thing: an undefeated Philadelphia Eagles team, looking at a feisty Jets team, very stingy defense, especially in the second half. Offense wakes up in the second half, coming off a big win on the road. Bye week coming up, nothing to lose. I'm not saying that they're scared at all by any means. I'm just saying that's not the team they want to play.
True.
Like, this is not the team they want to play because they're undefeated. There's a mark on their head. It's not just like everybody knows the Eagles are in town. Like, it's time to put our best effort. It's it's going to be a feisty game for the Jets, man. I'm very excited for this week. I really hope if AVT is injured, man, I'm really going to be down for a while.
Yeah, that's gonna be scary. I can already give you a little preview of our preview episode. My first key to the game is gonna be scoring a touchdown in the first half. Like, we have to start out hot.
We have to score a touchdown. All right, that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Hit us up on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, anywhere you hear our audio. If you watch on YouTube, like and subscribe. Comment, hit us up. So happy we beat Mark Schlereth. I'm so happy we beat Sean Payton. So happy we beat Russell Wilson for you. I'm going to start taking running backs in my JP Ryan, backup tight end, props. Jets defense, who we thought they were, second half, came clutch. Zach Wilson, improving. Brees Hall, run it. First down throws are pretty cool. Well, let's go, man. Jets are a real team. We out. Jets, Jets.